Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to untangle this really complex web of health issues that, honestly, are way more connected than you'd probably think. We're going to look at how four super common conditions can quietly team up, creating this domino effect that can really impact your health in the long run. All right, let's get into it. So, what if I told you the biggest threats to your health can sneak into your system, grow stronger for years, and do some serious damage, all without setting off a single alarm? I know, it sounds like something out of a movie, but it's a reality for millions of us. The most dangerous threats, they usually don't send a warning. That's why we're calling them the silent saboteurs. These are conditions that can start so quietly, so subtly, you might not even notice them. But under the surface, they're progressing, and the way they're all linked together becomes a really serious problem. So let's pull back the curtain and meet these key players.
All right, so who are these four troublemakers? You know, on their own, each one might seem kind of manageable, but what we're about to see is how they form this dangerous team, working together against your body.
First up, we've got anemia. The easiest way to think about this is to picture your red blood cells as a huge fleet of delivery trucks for oxygen. Well, with anemia, you either don't have enough trucks, or the trucks you do have can't carry a full load. And the result? Every single part of your body gets less fuel, which is why you get that classic symptom, that deep, unshakable feeling of being tired all the time. Next on the list, high cholesterol. Now, your body actually needs this waxy stuff. It's a crucial building block for all your cells. But you know, it's one of those things where too much of a good thing goes bad. When you have an excess, it stops being a helpful building material and starts acting more like sludge in your body's plumbing.
And our third saboteur is hypertension, high blood pressure. There's a reason it's nicknamed the silent killer. You literally can't feel it. But imagine a garden hose with the water cranked up way too high, all day, every day. Sooner or later, that constant intense pressure is going to start damaging the hose itself. And that's exactly what hypertension is doing to the inside of your arteries.
But here's a super important point. Not all cholesterol is the villain. You gotta know the difference. Think of LDL, the bad one, as a really sloppy delivery guy who just leaves packages of plaque all over the place, cluttering up your arterial hallways. But then you have HDL, the good cholesterol. It's like the super efficient cleanup crew, coming through to pick up all that extra cholesterol and take it back to the liver to be thrown out. The balance between that sloppy delivery guy and the efficient cleaner is absolutely everything. So we've met the players, but they don't work alone. This is where we get to the real heart of the issue. How do they all connect? This isn't just a random list of problems. It's one single, dangerous chain reaction, where one problem directly causes the next one to happen.
Okay, here's exactly how the dominoes fall. It all kicks off with too much of that bad LDL cholesterol floating around in your blood. This stuff starts sticking to your artery walls, building up into what we call plaque. Over time, that plaque gets hard, and your flexible arteries become stiff and narrow. It's like a 4-lane highway getting squeezed down to a single, narrow lane. Now, to push the same amount of blood through that tiny space, your heart has to pump way, way harder. That's what makes your blood pressure shoot up. And that constant strain is the direct path to heart disease.
And this is the end game. This is what it all leads to. And it's incredibly serious. When your heart muscle itself isn't getting enough oxygen-rich blood, the risk of a heart attack goes way up. If that blockage happens in an artery going to the brain, it can cause a stroke. This is the moment where these silent problems suddenly become very loud, life-threatening events. Okay, that was the bad news. I know, it's a lot. But here is the good news, and it is powerful. You don't need 4 separate strategies to fight these 4 problems. There is one single, unified defense plan. Let's look at what you can actually do. This right here is the key takeaway. By adopting one single heart-healthy lifestyle, you're fighting high cholesterol, you're lowering high blood pressure, and you're helping your body fight anemia, all at the same time. It's an incredibly efficient way to protect yourself on multiple fronts. So what does this unified defense actually look like on your plate? Well, to fight that high cholesterol, you bring in soluble fiber from stuff like oats and apples, which literally helps pull it out of your system. To keep your arteries healthy, you go for those good fats in olive oil and oily fish. And to tackle anemia, you focus on iron-rich foods like beans and spinach. And this is a great tip, you pair them with vitamin C to supercharge how much iron your body absorbs. Suddenly, every meal is a multi-pronged attack. And just as important, of course, is knowing what to cut back on. Saturated and trans fats, they're the main fuel for high LDL cholesterol. Too much sodium is directly tied to high blood pressure. And get this is a fascinating detail for anyone worried about anemia. Just having tea or coffee with your meal can cut your iron absorption by as much as half. That's a huge deal. Now, when you're out shopping, trying to figure all this out can be a little confusing. But in some places, like South Africa, there's a really helpful tool you can look for on packages. It's called the Heart Mark, or Heart Mark, from the Heart and Stroke Foundation, and it's a super quick way to spot the healthier choice right there on the shelf. So, what does seeing that little symbol actually get you? Well, it basically takes all the guesswork out of reading those complicated nutrition labels. It's a simple guarantee that what you're holding is already low in the bad stuff, like saturated fats, salt, and sugar, and high in the good stuff, like fiber. It's kind of like having a nutritionist's seal of approval right there in the box. And, of course, the plan goes beyond just what's on your plate. These 3 things right here, they're absolutely non-negotiable. Quitting smoking is probably the single best thing you can do for your heart. Regular exercise, even just a brisk walk, strengthens your heart muscle, and finding ways to manage stress helps control the hormones that can spike your blood pressure. Your lifestyle truly is the most powerful medicine you have. So, we've seen how all these silent saboteurs are connected, and how one unified strategy can take them all on. The power to build a strong defense, it's not really found in a pharmacy. It's found in your daily choices. So the question is, are you using it? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.